Right, here we go. We're going to have a look at taking apart a Bosch Athlet Motorised brush head from a 25.2 volt Bosch Athlet. So basically the problem is that the brush cuts out. On the highest power setting you can feel the brush, you just know it's going round, it vibrates up the main handle of the vacuum cleaner. So with this one it kind of stops and it's like having it on setting 1 without the motorized brush. So what we want to do is see if we can take these out, these screws, and see what's going on. It might be something hopefully like a drive belt, but I don't know what's in these. I've got one of these sets. I'm not sure how well it will undo all these, but we can have a go. Let's see how we get on. Right, let's get this thing, I was going to say set up, it's not exactly something you set up. It's too big, is that a small one? Too small, it's got to be this one. That's a bit fiddly. Right, I'm going to come back with the right tool. Right, here we go. Screwdriver specifically for undoing these type of screws. You can see that. Not sure how good the focus is on this camera. So let's have a go again. Right, it's that one. That's one. Two. My experience of these sort of things is once you start getting problems, it's not easy fixes. It's usually pretty terminal. Three. This rubber slides in here, so we just slid it over to get to the other one. That's that one. Is that out? Yeah, 4 of them. So that would presumably start to open. Get something. It's holding on. Let's get another screwdriver. Right, here we go. Let's put those to one side. Flat-headed screwdriver. Might be worth popping out these rollers. See if they pop out. Can get screws behind these things. I don't know if there's anything in there. Gunge. Don't know. No. Gunge. Put that back in. Right. I think we're just going to start trying to prise it. There's definitely a bit of resistance there. Just wondering if there's any screws above. No. Let's have a think. Right, little development. So under the wheel, push. There seems to be some clicking going in place there. So that's that bit. Bit of a top tip splitting this. I've just noticed, if you can see, there is a little indent, and there's one on the other side. So I'm thinking that the plastic cover lifts off. Let's have a look. Yeah, so there's probably some screws coming in from the top going down. Let's try and prise this off. Alright. Right, that's off there. Don't know. I think something's going to break in a minute. Well, we've got the back off, but I'm wondering how the front comes off. There's a little indent there. Start breaking it there. Alright. Right. We do have under the rollers, which is the one I took out earlier, we do have a screw hole here. Or a screw rather. And one there. That one is covered in rubbish, so it's going to be a bit difficult to get out, but this one looks to be that could be a bit more difficult to get out. If you look at it, it's got a raised piece in the centre, so this won't set inside. I'm going to have a little think about this now. Right, almost gave up on this one, but just a very small flat-headed screwdriver. These screws, they're security ones with bumps in the middle, aren't done up very tight, so you can actually get a screwdriver in and turn it to get that out. One thing I'll show you in a minute that I noticed on this. I wouldn't recommend doing this if your cleaner's under warranty. Obviously, check online. If it is, just get Bosch to. They'll probably send you a new head, or send an engineer out. Yeah, one thing I noticed, there's the connections, electrical connections are down here. So if you are getting intermittent, might be worth just spraying contact cleaner down there, and maybe, or a cotton bud with, trying to think, probably some just like vinegar or something like that, just to kind of clean those contacts, or some silver polish or brass or anything, just to clean these up, because they look quite grubby. But I think this has got other issues, this head. Right, so we've got that one out, but we've got this grimy beast to have a look at. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's coming out. Just show you. It's hard to get there. I might have to push it down there. Get some rubbish out. Right, that's that out. There it is. Look at how grubby, rusty that is. Okay, so that's that one. Right, just sticking in the screws then. Oh, look, this bit comes off now. Ew. Tell you what, I wouldn't work on other people's vacuum cleaners. Look at all this grime, but it's ours anyway, so Ooh, something's a bit of resistance in the middle now. God, these are like puzzles. Is that a clip or yeah? I think I may have busted something there. Gosh, so be a bit careful stabbing screwdrivers in there because there's going to be some. I think I see the motor. How does that come off? Does this? Alright, let's try and. It's like a sandwich. Sandwich of plastic loveliness. Get in there, you beast. Ooh. I think we're going to get a little bit stuck on this one. I might be beaten. I did have a look on YouTube but no one else has done it. Why won't that? Something else holding it in. Right. Along the bottom here is a plastic strip which I've just destroyed. That then unveils this hole, another screw, and another on that side. So that's two more to get out. Again, using the flat bladed screwdriver. Reasonable force. If you look online, you can get the bits, the proper bits, or the screwdriver to undo these security screws. I don't know what they're called, but I have bought one of these before. Right, they look to be undone. 2 out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws, a couple of rollers out so far. So now the plastic top comes away. Still getting caught a little bit. Something's broken off there. So that's the white cover. That's off. That is the brush, which all the top screws are off. So what does that mean? Yeah, there's little catches coming off. So if you did take yours apart, be prepared to kind of maybe break bits. God, look at that. So inside it's a bit gooey. No, it's not gooey, it's just loads of fluff. But look at that motor. Look at all this. There's the band. The band looks a bit slack. Not sure what we can do on that. I'd say the band is kind of too loose. Maybe just running off. don't know. This should just pull out. I think it'll flick out with the screwdriver, but yeah, there we go. So that's the inside of the head. I'm going to give this a good old clean and then take a look at some of this stuff. Take all this out. But yeah, look at that band. See what I can work out. Right, so here we go. This is a little bit later, but basically what we've done is taken the Bosch Athlet head apart. Seriously need to think about how this all goes back together. So these are all the bits. Fixings going into the plastic white bit, and then screws in this line here. So hopefully from this video you can rip your Bosch Athlet apart fairly easily. These are the rollers. So what we've got in here, obviously, now earlier I thought the problem was the band looks to be a little bit loose, but when the motor sits in place like so, gotta make sure it's pushed in well, there is a little bit of play, but I don't think there's enough for it to come loose off the gear wheels. But when I did pull this out, the motor, what I did find was that this pinion gear seemed to be over quite a way over here. So if you look on this bit, there's a ridge, so that stops the band from travelling off that way, and then the motor has got a ridge the other side, and that pulls it in, so it aligns it so the toothed belt shouldn't come off the gearing at all. And I think it may have been doing that, because when I went like that, you got to be careful with these things. I remember this when I was young, but don't just push pinions on like that, pushing onto a motor, because if it does give way, you push it into your thumb and it really hurts. So I just got it either side pushed, and it gave way and moved a few millimeters inwards towards the motor. So I think it was out of alignment, the belt. So anyway, what we've done is, now we've pushed it in, I'm going to give this a go. I still need to clean the contact, but I showed you what to do, where to do that. We'll probably do that later. Now there's some bits that aren't going to go back into this, like the scraper on the bottom of this that I had to take out to get the screws out. So yeah, some things won't be going back, but I don't think it's a big problem. Oh, that'll be a problem though. That wire is just broken. God, that broke easily. That's interesting. What we're going to have to do now is solder this together. I'm just wondering if there's another issue with the wire starting to break. Okay. That goes on like that, doesn't it? Maybe I was stretching it, but that shouldn't have broken as easily as it did. There's a gasket on that. Okay. Right. I am going to do some soldering, and then I will be back. Right, here we go, back. So I've soldered this wire and put some heat shrink on it, but I think, looking at its design, with the head moving, the wires are kind of moving quite a bit up and down, so I'm not sure how good that is. a design really. Anyway, so I'm thinking now, I think the wire is starting to break, and that's why the head was stopping and starting. But it's worth looking at, just cleaning everything up and checking everything over. The belts, if your belt snaps, they're quite hard to find. I was looking on the internet and eBay, Amazon and all the others, and people were selling these belts for like £12. And I was trying to work out if there was an alternative belt. I was looking at the Vaxes and Hoovers, but obviously they're all different sizes and numbers of teeth and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, well, you can go to Bosch online, and I think the new head is £90, but it's just not worth buying, is it? You might as well buy a second-hand one. Anyway, right, I've got to try and think how I get all this back together again. I think we need to put this bit on first. Without trapping any wires. Yeah, this could be fun. So that, I think. Let's just make sure we got everything. We've got these large rollers that go on the back with the metal bits that go in the middle. We've got the two rollers that go in the front, so that looks fine. Let's move the camera a bit. So we've got to get these screws back in here using the flat blade. You ever get that feeling that they're not going into anything because there's nothing to screw into the white bit? Right, let's push that on. Right, these bits of plastic need to go behind the plastic locating tabs. Mine snapped, so I've only got one, I think. It's going to be a fiddly. There we go. You may want to fast forward this bit because it's going to be boring. Right, front one's located, top bit pushed down. That's looking good. That's better. That's looking a bit manky. That hasn't gone on right. So that's as crisp as I can get it. Can't remember if I need to get those in. Yeah, need to get the back big fat wheels in. Let's put them in. Just line up like that, I think. Then it push and click into place. That one. That's it. That's it. This probably will come out of line at the front. Let's look at the front again. Come on. Doesn't look too bad. Right, let's try again. Putting some screws in. Maybe don't fast forward, but watch all of these steps, because it's quite easy to put things back together and then realise there's something missing and you've got to start all over again, take it all apart, like those back wheels. Right, that one's done. Does that look okay? Yeah. Let's do that. Try using my proper screwdriver. No, gonna have to use flat bladed one. God, quite hard to get these in. Right. Not bad. That's always loose anyway. This is that strip which I don't think it'll go in, but after it's missing. We just need to work on these back screws. Straight away one of the wheels has popped out of the back. Pop that in again. Let's put some screws in to hold those wheels in place. Those screws work with this screwdriver, but let's do that one just to, that's it, tighten it up. Let's do that one. Alright, that's that one done. And then we've got 4 going across. And that's sort of almost it. We can put these wheels in now. We can put these in. Push. Push. And then that one. Yeah, so I don't know. I think a lot of people, if this went wrong, these would take the thing down to the dump and that would be it. But its batteries are still alright, so it's worth keeping. I've got other videos as well, basically on how to sort out the batteries. If the batteries go, what you should do to check on those. With Bosch, basically. I did it on one that still has a bit of warranty, so the engineer came out and changed the battery pack, which was really cool because the batteries, lithium ions, I think they're 18650s, like high range. They're expensive. Some of these screws are fine, but others... God, that's not going in. It is. Alright, this is getting all nice and tight now. I thought my screwed up screws were falling out, but it's the loose one to put in. Right, this is all fixing up nicely. With these things, don't put any oil on that or anything really, because it attracts all the dirt. You saw how much dirt was in this head when we took it apart. Right, this is the final screw. Yeah, I'm going for broken wire. Causing the problem earlier. I think that's it. That was a tough job. Look at my hands. I'm using the wrong screwdriver. I've got the security one. Right. So this then pushes back in. Like so. We can check that rotates. And what we can do is see if, whoops, I can break the house. No. God, I need to get some of this rubbish up, don't I? Right, here we go. So, putting the head back on the cleaner. That clicks into place. We can, so number one, it won't go round, so it comes on. Number two comes on, and we've got number three. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy that that's fixed. I'm just going to hoover up this bit of carpet. Cleaners, but it's like everything, they don't nothing seems to last that long these days. Batteries, lithium-ion batteries, you know, a few years. That's all that is. Got to get the damper out. But yeah, that's it. That is how to fix the Bosch Athlet, and this is the 25.2, but yeah, self-standing vacuum cleaner. Thanks for watching, hope this was of use, and if you want to see my other videos, click on the links. I forgot how to do this. If you want to subscribe, up here, and down here, or up here will be the videos. Okay, thanks a lot, bye.